Yeah, and what's the temperature of the team right now? You guys hit that losing streak and then a big bounce back game.
I think for the group, it's just focus on the next game. It's nice to get that taste in our mouth for losing, but where we want to get to, we got to win this game and then the next. But can't overlook Seattle. Very tough opponent, same record as us, so we understand we're going to a hostile environment. Just excited to play.
Cam, how were you guys able to pull it all together with all the different pieces last week, and then how do you do it again this week?
Good communication, good study by the group, and just taking it one play at a time. I think when we can get 3 and outs, turnovers, get off the field in those critical situations. I think the turnovers and the turnover on downs were the biggest thing in that game we just had, and that's a recipe for success. We got to win those 4th downs when we have them. We got to make them either settle for a field goal or a turnover, and when you do that, you win games.
Will it be easier to communicate defensively out there?
It's definitely easier than how it's going to be for the offense. The offense has got a big challenge, especially with that crowd. But I think as a defense, you can hear a little bit more, you can talk more, communicate, because they want to be silent for their offense. So it works to our advantage.
I know you gave him the game ball after the last game. Just what is the level of confidence in him to lead the offense again in that hostile environment?
Whoever's got the ball in their hands, we got to make sure we compliment them. And I think that means not playing scared or playing to lose. Going out there, just slinging around, knowing what you can do, and we'll back you up either way.
To that point, how have you seen Mason's game kind of mature from where he was when he was starting in 2019 to the way that he came out and played as far as not being scared and throwing it around?
I think when you look at his preseason, I know it's preseason, but he looked like he had command of the ball during that. But he waited his time and was ready for the opportunity.
He's talked about kind of maybe a fun relationship between him and some of the defensive guys. What's that like in terms of the banter, maybe some of the trash talk that goes on?
I just don't think he ever backs away from it. I think in practice, you can either go through the motions, or you can really take advantage and say, "Hey, I'm competing against a good defense. What can I do? What can I see? How can I incorporate to this game?" I think any player can do that. My first 2 years, I didn't even start, so I think there's a lot of work that gets put in to scout team and being ready for your moment.
Cam, what is it about Pat Pete that allows him to slide over and play safety, and what was that like for him?
I think Pat competes, but it's preparation. Pat's a very smart guy. It's not like he's out of position a lot of times. And I think that allows you to have that versatility because you understand not only what you're doing, but what's going on behind you as well.
You see the inside linebacker, those guys starting to get to know each other a little bit.
Man, it's musical chairs right now. And, to say they're getting to know each other, I think it's a testament to Aaron Curry. Having a guy like AC, he communicates well in meetings, outside of meetings, and it allows the group to just keep bouncing back. When you have that type of turnover, it's not easy. But, AC's doing a great job leading that group.
Yeah, I just think it starts with guys just stepping up, and Coach Tomlin always sets the standard. So having guys come in and just really playing to that standard, was huge for us. A lot of new guys coming in and playing well. So guys coming in, new guys making plays. Eero made some big plays in that game, and so just all over the board. Guys coming in, giving their all to this team. Just means a lot, and so I'm just excited to see how these guys continue to get better. And seeing us take look forward to take another step this weekend as well.
From your standpoint, what did you notice from Pat Pete at safety, and how natural did it seem to have him back there?
Yeah, he seemed like a natural. He's in just the fact that he was out there. He hasn't played it all year, and so just being out there, it just shows how good a player he is, how versatile he is, and whether he can play corner or safety. It just shows how versatile a player he is, and so to have guys like that, means a lot.
They're running backs, obviously dangerous running with the ball, but they also can break a long one on you, just catching the ball in the flats or screens and that kind of stuff. You have to be very cognizant of when they start to sneak out of the backfield.
Yeah, absolutely. You said it first, stopping the run is going to be huge for us, and we know that if we don't stop the run, it's not going to be a good day for us, and so that's going to be first and foremost is stopping the run, and we just got to be able to get after it because you got 2 really good running backs, and so we just got to get them down, and like you said, the the ball in the flat, also just making tackles and running the flat because those are big plays. And so, good thing is, we practice that a lot, winning in the flat. And so I think we, have a lot of capable guys, who are willing and able to make those tackles.
What do you see of their two young tackles?
Yeah, those guys are good as well. Rising guys, their second year, and so we just want to look forward, getting after them. And so I think it's just going to be important for us to, like I said, stop the run first and just be able to get after it in the passer, rushing the passer. And so just looking forward to the matchup, and so just looking forward to it.
Alex, you locker next to Miles last year. What's it been like to have him back? And what would you say of him being able to step in like he did last week?
Yeah, I just remember when I heard the news that we were going to sign him back, it was just I was super excited, and just being able to have him back in this locker room, just is awesome. And he's a guy that knows the system. He brings a lot of juice, and we saw that this last game versus the Bengals. And so he's going to continue to get better. And so he's someone that who loves the game of football. And so I just love playing around him. He's someone, like I said, he's someone who brings the juice and energy. So he adds a lot of value to our defense.
I'm not gonna lie, I had this circled up on my calendar, so I'm just ready to work.
How long ago?
When I first seen it on the schedule, definitely.
When you said everybody's talking about it, do you mean like family, friends, or just outside?
Just outside, like the media, just everybody. My mom and dad talking about it, so yeah.
And it seems like he's not shy about getting physical with corners either. I mean, is that something too that you almost need to flip a switch in your brain for a little bit, knowing that he can be aggressive in that way?
Yeah, he put it on tape. He's an aggressive guy. He likes to get physical. He put hands on dudes, so I know that, and I'm just excited for that. I've been looking for that. Everybody say I'm a physical guy, so I'm ready for that matchup.
Does he try to antagonize corners, or do they try to antagonize him? Can you tell from tape what kind of goes into those altercations when they happen?
No, not really. I just see him be fine. That's it, for real.
Where's he rank on your list?
I really don't have a ranking list for real. Not yet, at least, until I finish the season. I'm going to put my little list together, but I don't have one right now.
What was your view like of yourself when you looked at it on tape? How'd you feel you did?
I thought I fared pretty good. Didn't have to make any open field tackles. So that's honestly, in my opinion, that's what safety is going to come down to for me, because I feel like I can, I have exceptional ball skills to where I can track the ball wherever it is. Just going to come down to getting those open field runners down when those opportunities present themselves.
Do you think Seattle will try to test you guys in that regard, particularly with guys like Lockett and Jigba?
Well, we know, with their play caller that they're very, very aggressive. They like to take shots. So our antennas are definitely up in the regards of that. But we'll see. We know this team comes into the game plan, with their mind set on certain focal points on how they want to attack a defense, and we'll just have to wait and see what their focal point is on how to attack us.
Pat, the story of this season almost, last week in particular, has been different guys in different spots, guys moving around and guys jumping on the moving train.
Yeah.
How does that get pulled off continually?
Omar, Coach Tomlin, finding the right guys to plug and play for the most part, and credit to the guys who have been jumping on the moving train and putting their hand into the helping pile to help us be as successful as we can. So credit to both parties on getting the job done, and also understanding how important the job is at hand.
And you played a lot of center field. For the most part, did you see everybody where they're supposed to be?
Yeah, I did.
It got communicated, it got lined up right?
Yeah, I did. It's funny you say that, man. On my podcast last night, I kind of said that I feel like I'm a safety at heart because I'm a big talker. I'm a communicator. So being at corner is kind of hard to communicate with guys on the defensive side of the ball. But now, having that safety, being at the safety position, having that real key component of the communication to everyone, that felt very natural to me.
And to that point, do you kind of come away with it like, I kind of like this seat? Like,
Yeah.
this is something I could do.
I did actually. So, like I said, we'll see where it goes from here. But I really did feel comfortable. Felt great. Made a couple plays to help this defense be successful and ultimately help this team win the ball game.
Pat, I know you've only been here a year with Mason on scout team, but what kind of looks has he given you guys as the scout team quarterback?
Really good looks, man. Mace is one of those bigger body stature
type quarterbacks that don't mind pockets crashing down on him. So I think he does a really, really good job of standing in the pocket and letting the receivers, find those open pockets and holes in the defense. So he's been giving us a run for our money the last 16 weeks, and the Bengals happen to get it on live TV.
And I know you've been in the league a long time. Quarterback seems like it's a position that there's an immediate gratification factor. Like if you're not good, you get yanked. What does it say about Mason that he's had the resilience to kind of ride the roller coaster and now get that second shot?
Man, it just goes to show that he kept his head down and stayed the course. Just waiting for his opportunity to present himself again, and it did last week, and he flourished in it. Now it's all about what he's going to do this week and going forward, because he understands that, these games we need, these are must-wins for us, and we need that type of performance again in order for us to be where we want to be at the end of this game.
Do you think he was going to drop one of those Geno Smith, they wrote me off it and right back lines after the Bengals game or anything?
Nah, not really. But you never know what to expect in the post-game interview. So I'm just happy that he had a Merry Christmas and talked about his tree house that he got when he was 12 years old.
Matt, how big of a factor was Miles Jack for you guys Saturday, and how has he kind of come along? It's been a month now since he's been here.
Yeah, it's been great to see Miles step in for us, because he's another one that jumped on his moving train. But the plus for him that he's been in the system, he understands the communications, how to line guys up and different checks and things like that. So Miles definitely has an upper hand on most guys who are jumping on the moving train. So, and he stepped in and played great. Got a couple of key quarterback pressures, or tackle for loss, if I'm not mistaken. So he stepped in and played huge for us, and we're going to need that these last 2 weeks as well.
Got to work on the hands, doesn't he?
Yeah. I just told him if he's scared to catch it, 20's back deep now, so just tip it to me.
How are you feeling at this point? Do you think there's a shot you can come back in the next 2 weeks?
I've been taking it one day at a time. But if you know me, don't count me out.
How frustrating is it you guys, all the free agent inside linebackers have come in, you guys have just had this rash of injuries. How frustrating is it to see, Cole and Quan, and now you have an injury too?
It's football. It's football. That's why, everybody in the room is important. That's why everybody needs to know, what to do when their number's called on. And I think we've done a great job with that thus far this year. I think when he was asking me about AC, I think AC has done a great job with that and whatnot. And
I think it's huge. We already know the stakes. Everybody knows the stakes. We got to win out. So for us, it's just go out there, play free. You don't have much to lose at this point. We got to go out there. We got to make plays and have fun while we're doing it.
What's it been like working with Miles Jack?
It's been great, man. Like I said, that's my dude. It's been good. It's not. He's kind of a new guy. Obviously, he's here last year, but he kind of jumped on the train late, like I did too. So I think he kind of feels more. He kind of understands more. Kind of where I'm coming from sometimes. So it's been great to be able to work with him, because both of us just want to go out there, have fun, and make plays.
There have been a number of you guys almost bonding together, like all the guys that have come in.
Yeah, man. Obviously, all of us are the vets, but at the end of the day, it's tough. You come on a team middle of the season, or whenever you come in and you expect to play right now, right away. Obviously, you dream of that. You want this opportunity, but it's tough. And I think we kind of understand that, so we kind of gravitate to each other.
Jalen Smith, not one of you guys?
Oh yeah. It's just, for me, it's crazy. I think all these guys are in the same draft class or something crazy like that. So I've been watching these dudes since I was in high school. So it's been real cool to be able to just learn from them, talk to them, and kind of just hear how their journey went.
Another guy you've been watching for a little while was Matt Pete.
Yeah.
For him to move to safety, what was the job he did, and how was communication with him back there?
Man, it just shows what kind of value he has still in this league. He can put him anywhere. He's a player. He could do it all. Jack of all trades. His communication was great. You see him playing around. He made a lot of plays out there. So, real good props out to him, because he did a hell of a job.